just called and said our buddy just died. His mother found his body cold-blooded bedside. A little too late, no post to revive. A day before he claimed that he quit getting high. And it's a shame, cause I knew that dude. He went to my school and he rode in my crew. Now that's number 2. Who? Overdose, permanently gone, vato, adios. And I know that he could've made a change, and now he's the flow that I write in my page. Cause there's ways in a way that we can't explain. But one family loses, another family gains. A hopeless lesson learned, another soul to be earned. And when death rolls around, I hope I miss my turn. Death don't discriminate, player hate procrastinate. Nor does it celebrate, more often does it devastate. Water to the seed, now the seed's too far beneath. No hope and all grief, and it's too much to perceive. If we believe, then I know we could achieve. One day at a time, God-given prophecy.
One day at a time, I take one day at a time, I live one day at a time. At a time, at a time, at a time. One day at a time, I take one day at a time, I live one day at a time. At a time, at a time, at a time.
My homie just called and said he's tired of his life. Dead end job plus negative vibes. A strong young man, but it's hard to survive. I tell him keep your head up, homie, God will provide. Probably we ought to be grateful for his offerings, but often we just miss the beat so easily. We targeting, misled, and we honoring fake people, and it's startling. Wondering and tottering, squandering and hollering. So tell me if you're fathering, fostering, or doctoring. I touch a soul, then touch a mold. Yeah, my flow be conquering. Your sins are forgiven despite daily omissions. Despite the repetition, there's no boundary to conditions. Our daily life's incredible, your actions are addressable. You think they commendable, that's incomprehensible. Worshipping that decimal, you'll end up in that cubicle. Coffin-based receptacle, that was all preventable. Now you're a collectible, will maggots eat your skeletal? So plentiful and terrible while munching on your testicles. I know that sounds unbearable, but I'm just being sensible, flexible and ethical, foreshadowing the spectacle. This flow is intentional, directional, detectable, defensible, impregnable, damn near impeccable. I hope you find me credible, this lyrical professional, kicking flows and helping those who find their life regrettable.
One day at a time, I take one day at a time, I live one day at a time. At a time, at a time, at a time. One day at a time, I take one day at a time, I live one day at a time. At a time, at a time, at a time. One day at a time, I take one day at a time, I live one day at a time. At a time, at a time, at a time. One day at a time, I take one day at a time, I live one day at a time.